Skeletons are surrounding the tower. Maybe we can take it, guys. We need a few more hits. Come on.
Saucing out your luck. Going hard in the paint. And that's how you assert dominance.
Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're back at it again with a new and improved Graveyard Cycle deck. Graveyard is really solid with Furnace because your opponent poisons it, then they're not able to poison the Graveyard. And if your opponent poisons the Graveyard, then they're not able to poison the Furnace. Overall, this deck has a very fast Cycle deck, and it's an improvement on the traditional Musketeer or Electro Wizard variation that you guys know and love. You guys can run this deck on ladder, or you can run in grand challenges, so feel free to check it out and let me know how it ends up working for you down below in the comment section. The 2, and there it is. And fortunately for us, the Witch really isn't going to do too much. I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem, just to make sure it doesn't go and target our tower or the Mega Minion. I'm trying to keep that Mega Minion a little bit more healthy, a little bit more pristine, so I can go for my own Graveyard. As our Mega Minion counter pushes, that's how you play Graveyard. Always thrive off of counter pushes. So here we go, enveloping his tower, and there's not too much you can do about it. Mega Minion is asserting dominance on the daily. He misses one of the skeletons with the zap, and look at the little Larry thrive. Let's go. Great start for us. Kind of want to go for a Furnace again. And he's going to go for a Giant, interestingly enough. Okay. So he's running Giant Graveyard with Witch, Mega Minion. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not too scared about this. He's got Zap as one of his spells, and I assume he's probably going to have Poison. So the interesting thing about Witch Graveyard is, obviously, I want to like poison the Witch, but I can't, right? That's kind of the issue. So in this situation, I'm just going to log it back. You can't fall into the trap of poisoning the Witch. You have to poison the Graveyard. If I didn't poison the Graveyard, I would have like lost my entire tower there. I'm going to then go in for Skeletons. I would have loved the Cannon Cart to die, so then the Giant would have targeted that. That worked out really, really well for him, just keeping that a sliver of HP. So I guess the key tip or trick that I would try to implement into like the majority of the games against Witches is just don't poison it if you can. Obviously, you want to just like eliminate the Skeletons with like Log and other units. But yeah, I try to utilize like an Ice Golem to make sure all the Skeletons would like die on that, right? Almost worked out pretty well, but could have worked out a little bit better. And in this situation, it's going to be a little bit scary, but I'm going to go in for a Log, I'm going to go in for Skeletons, I'm going to go in for another Mega Minion. I think that I don't even have to go in for a Graveyard because his Skeletons are a little bit underleveled, or I don't have to go in for Poison because his Skeletons are a little bit underleveled. And then I'm also going to go in for a Cannon Cart off to the side. So it worked out really, really well for us. I know that all I have to do is go in for one more Graveyard, and we do end up taking tower, but I want to play a little bit more safe and sound here. I want to end up going in for a Furnace here, going for a Graveyard, just to make sure that we end up taking the tower, make sure that he has to spend more elixir. He's going to go for a Knight, or he's going to go for a Witch, and I think that the Witch will do pretty well, but I'm not really too scared about it. End up going for a Graveyard. I'm going to go for Poison on top of it, a Log here, and then I go back to another Graveyard before he's able to actually punish us, right? So I don't care about that Witch, I just want him to spend elixir. And now he's not going to have anything for the second Graveyard. He's going to drop Mini Peck and he loses. GG and well played. So the entire point of that Graveyard was not to take the tower, but to make sure that he had to spend elixir on defense. And as a result, he wasn't able to commit. GG and well played, sir. So we got a game against STM12. We're going to be saucing out the Furnace as our starting play. We're going to see what he wants to do. So this guy from B Pro Esports already has a great counter to Graveyard with the Archers, but thankfully he split them. But when you see one counter to Graveyard, usually there's multifarious counters to Graveyard. He doesn't have Poison though, so that is an automatic great sign for us. Or a worse sign because he's going to like further accentuate like the fact that he doesn't have it, right? So he's just going to drop more cards that counter Graveyard. We're going to have to wait and see if his entire deck like revolves around countering Graveyard or not. He's going to have Tesla. Tesla's out of like range. So I can definitely go in for a Graveyard here. I know that the Cannon Cart will cross the river. Most likely? No, it doesn't. Well, Tesla's not as good anymore. It's really quite bad. We know that the Archers are going to end up dying to the Cannon Cart, so I don't want to go for a Furnace just yet. I want my Cannon Cart to be able to kill the Archers, and then I want to go for a Furnace. Wait until the last possible second, so then the Furnace is able to actually get Fire Spirits on top of the tower, where it matters, where it hurts, man. Feel the pain and suffering. Endure the Crucible. I'm going to end up going for an Ice Golem in the back. And then I'm also going to go for a Cannon Cart. Because he's already went for a Fireball. He can't really do anything about the Cannon Cart. So he's just going to keep doing that play. Go Skellies. Want to end up going for a Graveyard here. And then I'm going to go for a Poison. So I still don't know what he's running. Like, this looks like Graveyard deck on his end as well. The Fireball, though. Oh, never mind. It's Hog Rider. Okay. I'm going to log this back. It's going to kill the Knight, and it'll also bounce back the Hog. ensure that it's less hits. Well played on his end, well played. I'm going to play a little bit more safe until double elixir. I got super feisty, so definitely like not the best way to play graveyard. You always want to wait until double. I mean, my graveyards really didn't do too much, but I didn't see a win condition from him, so I was like, what is he running? Looks like graveyard himself, and if you're playing a graveyard versus graveyard mirror matchup, you always have to play like more aggressive. Because, I don't know, that's really just how you play. You get chip damage gradually. It's like minor poison. The person that's gradually chipping away always gets more damage and then wins. So he's going to probably go for a hog relatively soon. So definitely going to give me poison value. He drops his archers preemptively, interestingly enough. Fire Spirit's rolling right through. Going in for getting some pretty nice value. Since the cannon card died on my side of the map, I didn't even have to drop like a furnace for a while. So he's going to like try to fireball cycle me out, I feel. At least that's what I'm seeing here. Go for a log. Going to go for an ice golem. Going to go in. We're going insane, boys. We still have the cannon card, so he's going to go in for a zap, and he's got log zap, which is pretty menacing for us. I have to go in for poison. Skeletons are going to surround the tower. So obviously we're not cycling anything in the back because that's how you lose the game. I have to go in for a graveyard here. Then I go in for a poison on top of the archers. I presume this will actually work out pretty well for us. We're actually going to take the tower, and GG, well played. That was super close. That was a little bit scary for me, not going to lie. He's got triple spell, so he's able to eliminate like our skeletons very easily. We got a game against I Last Dream YouTube. We're going to be saucing out a good luck to this man, and we're going to wait and see exactly what he wants to drop. So he's going to go in for a collector. We have to poison it. We do not have a hand that allows us to go in for a graveyard. We need to end up having a tank. We also don't feel very confident that, you know, he was going to have like no minion horde bats combination. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what deck he has. So he's going to Mega Minion. So this is probably not going to be like the Giant 3 Musketeer variation, the Supreme Hard counter. This guy's going to probably have Golem. So Golem is also a little bit difficult to deal with this deck because you don't have great tank killers, but you can definitely win it. I'm going to go in for a cannon cart in the back. I'm going to wait and see exactly what he wants to do to defend against this. So he's got his own cannon cart. Probably have to poison this on defense if I really want to defend. Want to wait and see if we can draw out any more elixir. I don't know if he's going to do it. Okay, cool. So what I'm thinking is I go in for a poison here. Don't end up hitting the cannon cart. Okay, cool. Going for skeletons right on top. We need to kill that. Awesome. That poison was amazing. I needed to kill that cannon cart before it locks onto my tower. Otherwise, that's like way too much damage, right? So if he goes in for a collector, which he might, I don't really want to go in for a furnace because that gives him the ability to go in for collector. That's why I started that in the back. Okay. He now loses the game. So him going for a collector in the back like that, I go in for a graveyard off to the side, concentrate it around his collector, go in for an ice golem in the tank. That collector is dead. Like a very dead collector. The lumberjack dies as well. Skeletons are enveloping his tower as well. And then, look at that. Little Larry. So not only did he net a negative trade, but he also nets a negative trade on the ice golem. So, +1 trade on the collector, 5 for 4, or 5 for 6. And then also a +1 trade against the NATO that he had to drop. So that worked out really, really well. So I'm going to go in for another. I can go in for another Ice Golem Graveyard, because I don't think he has a great answer. We haven't seen Poison, so I want to pressure. Make sure that he's not able to apply too much aggression on us here. So he has to go in for Night Witch. Obviously does not want to do that. I want to go for a Cannon Cart to kill his. End up going in for a Mega Minion here. If I kill that, then I can go in for an Ice Golem. Otherwise, I just want to go for Furnace. Draw back the Golem. We're literally playing past the Golem out here, boys. So I'm going to go for another Ice Golem. I'm going to go for a Graveyard. So he went in for a Cannon Cart. I'm going to go in for a Poison on top of that. So if he has Poison, this is a much harder matchup. But since he doesn't, I just want to keep applying as much aggression as possible. Because there's not a really cost-effective way for him to deal with our graveyards. I'm actually going to let that lock on so I can retain more HP from our Mega Minion. Then I'm going to cycle Skeletons just for a faster cycle so I can get back to Graveyard instead of cycling a Cannon Cart. I just need a few Graveyard hits, and then I go in for a Poison, going for a Log, and that should quite literally seal his fate. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. We just applied a lot of aggression, made sure that we had counter pushes and counter aggression, so then he wasn't able to stockpile everything behind the golem. GG and well played, man. Alright guys, we got a game. We're going to be saucing out a good luck. This guy's going to go for the fire emote. We're going to go for a furnace. He's saucing out a good luck as well. And we're going to see what he wants to do. So he's going to go for a bowler. So after seeing bowler, it's probably going to be splash yard, right? Could also be like lightning giant or something funky, but thinking that's going to be just graveyard. Kind of want to go for skelly surround. Nope, it's going to be giant. Okay, so I'm going to poison that. Definitely not graveyard. Most likely not graveyard. I'm going to go for skeleton surround. Did not work out super well, but the Mega Minion, we didn't even retain HP on the Mega Minion. It's going to be Giant, okay. So we're going to have to see what variation of Giant this is going to be, right? Go for Mega Minion or Ice Golem in the back. Go Ice Golem in the back, then go for Furnace. We're going to see if this is like Giant Minor, or if this is just like straight up Giant. So his Mega Minion is going to be Cycle, he's going to Fireball, so that means that he's not going to have a great answer to this. I'll wait for him to lock on, then I go for my Mega Minion. My Mega Minion prevails against his. That means his will not be going towards our tower anytime soon, right? Also, since he went in for a Fireball, that means that I can go in for a Graveyard here. He's not going to have Poison, or he shouldn't have Poison. He might have Poison, but he shouldn't. Bowler does not bounce back the cannon card anymore, so that's a really nice buff for us. Could Poison that, but I don't want to get super hyper aggressive for no reason. If I Poison that, I feel like he goes in for Giant and like just collects a W on me. Much rather just go for Skeleton Surround and deny all Musketeer hits. So if you time this perfectly, the Musketeer does not get a single hit. So I don't think it gets a hit here. It's really good. If you guys are able to do that and time it perfectly, it's awesome. Furnace is going to be working out. Hopefully we get some hits on the tower. Hopefully it connects. Hey, there we go. I'm going to go Ice Golem in the back. We're going to get ready for Mega Minion. There it is. I'm going to end up dropping Cannon Card off to the side, so I'm not prone to Fireball value. I want to go in for a Mega Minion off to the side, so then our Mega Minions duel here. But then also my Mega Minion wins because the Fire Spirits ate it, right? Pretty important. His Mega Minion should not, or Mini P.E.K.K.A. shouldn't get a hit. It does not. Now I go in for a Graveyard, augmented by the Ice Golem pushing. Pretty solid for us. I get some nice damage, that is. Go for a lower Furnace. Go for Mega Minion. Skeletons to distract. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. Can't let that Mini P.E.K.K.A. get close to me. Goes in for a Zap, interestingly enough. Go for an Ice Golem to pull back. So then my Cannon Cart is not in jeopardy yet. Cannon Cart might be in jeopardy. Oh, is that going to distract it and bring it closer to my tower? I think it might. It's a little bit unfortunate. It's okay though. Go for a log. I'm going to go in for Skellies here. I got to make sure that the boulder was not targeting the skeletons, right? So I pushed it towards the furnace. End up going for a cannon here. End up going in for a Mega Minion. Oh, that bowler got a hit. No. Oops. Why are you BMing? What's up with that, man? Okay. So we're going to go in for a furnace here, and hopefully we can get back to another. Alright, so he's just going to go in. He's going crazy here. Go for a poison. Yeah, I have to go in for Ice Golem to pull. And then I want to go in for a cannon to make sure that Giant dies. Can't let that get hits. Then I'm going to go for a Graveyard. Hopefully that gets through. Oh man, that would have been nice. Oh, did I really push it out of range of the cannon? That's unfortunate. That was a bad log then. At least it dies. Go for Skellies. I'm going to go for Mega Minion right on top of his, right? Very important for that to die. I'll go for Cannon Cart because I need to kill that. Then I can go in for a Graveyard as soon as my Cannon Cart approaches the tower. Didn't let that happen. Well played on his end. I'm going to go for Poison. Very important to kill that. Muskie. Skeletons are surrounding the tower. Maybe we can take it, guys. We need a few more hits. Come on. Get 123. Get 123. Let's go. Super clutch, man. Let's get some hype in the chat. That was a crazy W. Very, very close game. Happy to win that one. GG and well played to that, man. Close game for sure. Alright, so going into this game, this guy goes for bowler in the back, so we're going to go rush opposite lane with the Graveyard. It's a 5 elixir investment. I feel very good about this. Also, seeing bowler, he's probably going to have a heftier deck and not like some type of bait deck. So I wasn't expecting him to go and sauce out, like, for instance, any type of like bait element. Like I wasn't expecting him to go and drop like Goblin Gang. Oh, he has Goblin Gang. Okay, so that could have been a little bit worse for us, but fortunately he did not drop that. Another thing that I want to do is I want to go in for Ice Golem. I don't want to go in for Skeletons. I just want to make sure that the Valkyrie does not get on top of our tower. We protect our Sacred Shrines out here, guys. We are not incurring any damage from that Valk. So he's going to go for an Inferno Tower, interestingly enough, guys. I don't really know if I agree with that, but he's trying to deny any potential of Fire Spirits connecting to the tower. I guess he had a really bad cycle. So you know what he probably has? This guy most likely has a Graveyard deck. I think it's Graveyard Freeze. So if I had to guess, it's going to be Graveyard Freeze with Bowler. And that's why he ended up dropping the Inferno Tower, because he has such a bad cycle. He's not a bad player, he has a bad cycle. That's why he did that. So I can empathize with that a little bit. He can't eat Furnace. So that was well played on his end. But I can poison his Graveyard. And I already know, yeah. So I called his deck, right? He's running Graveyard Freeze. And if I poison, he's not going to freeze, right? Really, really good for us. Can go for Skeletons to ensure that the Bowler doesn't do too much work to us. So I want to go in for an Ice Golem here to pull everything. Actually, never mind. That's not even, like, it's one Steven hit. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have them in cycle now, though. So I feel like I can go for a Graveyard and spank him around a little bit, guys. He does not have Goblin Gang in cycle. What do you have for the Graveyard? Absolutely nothing, because you have Freeze. You do not have Poison. You have Freeze and you have Arrows. Let's go, guys. He didn't have enough Elixir and he wasn't back to Valkyrie. So when we go for a Furnace, we're eating alive his cycle, man. I know exactly what he's running. I'm abusing it because I'm very cognizant of this deck. I've seen it a lot on the high ladder. I know what it is. Yep, there's the Freeze. So I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem and end up going in for a Mega Minion. And all you got to do is go in for a Graveyard, and we do end up winning this game, guys. So go for a Graveyard. I'm going to go for a Log because that is actually bypassing up a little bit. I don't have to go for a Poison if it's going to walk right into like Log vicinity. If it was right here, the Log does not reach it, so therefore you have to poison a lot of instances. Also, I'm not poisoning this. I really don't want to. And tower is actually just going to be taken. I was going to say I'm going to go back to another Graveyard. Rather play safe than sorry. My tower is at full HP. There's nothing he could have done. I'm going to go for a Poison and a Graveyard for the memes on my King Tower as well. There was nothing he could do. I was in complete and utter control of this game. I knew his deck selection. I knew his card cycle, and I abused it. GG and well played, sir. Pleasure playing against you. Peace out.